Welcome, guys. It's a Wednesday. So the quiz of the hour is, would you buy yourself a gift and give your partner the credit? The hashtag is Ebru Let's Talk, and the SMS is 40920, and it kind of ties into what we're about to talk about.
Now, I love when I see a woman who's empowered, a woman who feels, you know, she's excited about her life and she's gone through some things and she has found herself at the top. Now, Kansiime, who we all know is a very famous comedian. She's hilarious, so hilarious, and she's kind of navigated herself in the social media world, and she's been able to really stand herself as a formidable force in comedy. Now, she was talking recently about her marriage, and she was married in 2013, and it was a beautiful wedding. You know, he was tall, dark, and handsome. You know, they had their little love story together, but unfortunately they divorced in 2017. Now she kind of unveiled that she actually did pay part of her dowry. Not something that she's proud of, but you know, she looks back and, you know, she said that she loved this man, she wanted to make it work with him, but unfortunately that meant that she had to kind of meet him a little halfway when it came to the dowry. Now this, of course, started the good old age debate, the feminist age debate. Can women pay their dowry, or should they help their man if their man is not there? What do you guys think?
No, I feel like no. If you can't pay the dowry, you are not worthy enough to marry me. Period. Point blank. But I can see where she's coming from. Like, when you fall in love, there's all the glitter, the glam. Like, you're in love, and it's like you want to help this man as much as you want to help this man. Wait, isn't dowry paid to your family? So you're giving your money to your family. It makes no sense.
It's to make face.
Do you think she bothered like giving them the money? I feel like she could have just sat on the cash and been like, we're just putting this in the dowry fund.
That's not how it works.
I kind of feel, but it goes, I know it goes to the parents, I'm just kidding. But at the end of the day, it's also, if you're going to go through the routine of paying a dowry, because also not everyone has dowries, including in the African culture. I mean, I know plenty of people who don't necessarily want to go through that route. I feel like if you are going to go through the route of dowry, though, then there's the acknowledgement of that it has to be paid by the man in this you know, incident. So if you know it has to be paid by the guy, I don't understand what is the rush to get to the altar for if he doesn't have it.
And
Like,
then on top of that, like dowry is paid. Like, you know, you have the meeting, whatever it's called, Rorashio.
Yes,
that's for
you have the
Kikuyu.
Rorashio. Okay, for Kikuyu.
Yeah.
I'm speaking from a Kikuyu point of view. The dowry is paid, even if the man can't pay everything up front. Like, he can pay later on. Like, things can be paid later on, which should have been done in this case.
You get a layaway wife. You know, it's just you pay installments kind of thing. I think kind of what hurts the most about this, it isn't even sort of that she did it, anything about that. To me, I feel like what would hurt the most is she did this for a man who at the point she loved so dearly, and the marriage didn't work. Because the thing is, if you really think about it, if we were talking sort of 20 years down the line and they were still together, and this was a conversation of, you know, like she, you know, ride or die for him, you know, she wanted to be married so bad that she paid the dowry, and here they are 30 years later, this is beautiful, we would have a different feel to it. But to me, I feel bad because it's still like you paid a dowry for a marriage that unfortunately failed.
See, that's the thing. That's where I completely disagree with you. And the message which we are sent is that whatever sacrifices you make for someone, if it all works out, it's actually it's amazing and everything like that, which means that you have to either be super lucky or you have to be able to foresee the future. I say whatever it is that you wouldn't do if you guys are going to break up in 10 years' time, don't do it. Don't do it. Because 90% of the stories, they actually go on the other side. They go on the other side of, I felt like, you know, I shouldn't have done that in the first place. And if she was happy doing it, she wouldn't be looking back at it with regret. For example, any sacrifices I made in any of my previous relationship, I have no regret because I remember the warmth that I did that with. But if you're doing that thing and you're actually not happy about it, you shouldn't do anything that you're not happy about, whether or not this person is going to work out to be the love of your life or not. She should be talking about it if really she felt wholeheartedly that she wanted to do that at that time. She'd be it wouldn't even be anything, a conversation, because it would be like, I loved, I couldn't wait to do that for him. But because you're not feeling happy about the thing that you did anyway, the fact that you didn't work out hurt so bad. And that's what you always say. my mom says this, tender mema nenda zako. Whatever good you do to whoever, do it and pretend that they're never gonna owe you anything. It doesn't matter what tomorrow happens. Do it with a good, clean heart and like move on. I happen to disagree with a woman paying for our dowry. I totally disagree. I totally disagree. And I disagree because I feel like, as Dana said, you can wait. You can wait for that man to feel like he's financially there to be able to do it. I feel like it's okay to wait. You know, like part of the reason why people don't get married year 1, year 2, year 3 is because the finances are not all the way there, you know? So wait it out, let him feel like, you know, he's really doing this part, and you don't feel the pressure to paid for him, because I feel like the dynamics, I don't know.
It'd be out of whack.
No, I feel what you're saying. Like even my dad, he like paid the dowry for my mom, I guess when before we were born. But like from what I understand, the rest of the dowry was paid when I was like, it was like 2 years ago, and that was like the finalized dowry that was paid, and that's when they had the traditional Kikuyu wedding. But I was like, what, 19 or something? But let the man do it. Let him do it when he can. And yes, he had the funds. He had the funds to do it. But he finally like paid off his debt, did whatever he had to do with the family, and that was that. But as a woman, no, you should not be paying for your man's dowry.
I think it all boils down to what you're willing to do sort of for love and how you look back at it. I feel like, especially just knowing how a marriage feels, but no one sort of likes something failing, and so that's where I'm coming from, and this idea of just having to sort of dig yourself out of that hole, and then sort of with this additional judgment that you're probably going to give to yourself, because of course you judge yourself, not only her but also her now ex-husband is feeling some type of way about this. I mean, it's sad, but it does go back to our question of, would you, and we should actually answer it right now, would you get yourself a gift and give your partner the credit if the situation ever arose? I don't necessarily know how
give him credit to the people around you.
No, as in if you bought yourself a gift, you bought yourself flowers, for example, and then sort of had it appear publicly that it was him who did it. I don't know if I could pull that off, to be honest. I'm not, like, I don't know if I could keep that secret kind of thing. But it also, like, would I be keeping it in a bad way? Because I don't think I would want to pretend for my family and friends that he was like some guy that he isn't kind of thing, or that he was able to do something that he actually can't. If I buy myself, you know, a diamond tiara or something, and that's definitely not something that like he's in a position to do, I feel like all I'm doing is setting him up for this expectation that he's not going to meet in life.
I don't care what people think to that degree. Like, I don't. Like, whatever is going in the home, if I didn't get a gift that occasion, if I didn't, that's the truth. I'm not willing to, like, and also it's like that, doing something like that is actually really a big indicator on how much you care, how you are perceived. Like, the issue should be he didn't get you the gift. Like, let's make that the internal battle. Like, why didn't I get the gift that I wanted? Or why am I in this relationship where I feel like the level of romance or the level of giving is not where I want it to be? That's really the issue. But pretending, no. I can act, but I'm not doing that.
Me neither. But my daddy has always, you know, on Valentine's Day when I didn't have a Valentine's, my daddy always brings us flowers and chocolate.
That is
like
so
he's always set the bar. So for any man to come along, it gotta be high.
It's gotta be high.
Understood, you know. That's how it goes. You know, it was actually raised the issue that some people would do it for their own sort of self-esteem. I don't know how much it would improve my self-esteem if I'm buying my own gift. I know where it's coming from. You know, you can't lie to yourself.
It's a temporary high.
Yeah, it is. It's a temporary high purely because you got something you wanted and not because it was like a gift from you kind of thing. But you guys, maybe we're not seeing a shade of opinion that you guys have. Remember to get on the hashtag Ebru Let's Talk and the text on 40920.